Okay, so welcome everybody. This version of our virtual school survival skills is going to be about how to access virtual tutoring and campus resources. Something pretty simple to do when we're on campus because you just kind of walk in and ask them to help you. But in the virtual environment, it's a little bit different, although all the services are still available. So we're going to go through them one at a time and share how to access them. And we can post links in the chat box. Or at the end, we can also email a set of links. Okay, because we're going to link straight to their web pages. Go ahead, Ramon.
So what are the benefits of getting help, right? It encourages obviously a higher level of thinking. A lot of times if we get stuck on a project or homework, it can be extremely frustrating if you if you don't get any help, right? So it increases subject specific knowledge, right? You might not be good at a certain subject. I always struggled with math. So I always was at the tutoring center getting help with my math until I got decent at it. I was never really good at it, but you know, I had to work hard and just getting that help every day really kept me focused on my math, which was my weaker subject. It promotes self-regulated thinking, you know, so I learned my own style and I learned my own way to figure out how to solve these math problems and whatnot. The subjects that I was really struggling with, science too, was also one of my weaknesses. And of course, it enhances academic success, right? When you pass that class, it's awesome, you know, or when you complete that homework assignment, or when you finally turn in that final paper in that class that was 10, 15 pages long, and you work on it for weeks. That's success, right? And it also improves communication because you're able to ask for help, and that communication piece can go a long way, not just getting help on campus, but when you need help, once you become professionals and you're in the field, for example. I know when I first started this job, I was always in Bonnie's office asking questions. I was there probably more time than I was in my own office asking questions. I was always in my director's office, my assistant. So I was always in everybody's office asking questions. But now it's really easy for me to ask for help because I know they'll help me if I need that, and I feel confident to go to them if I need help with anything. So that communication piece will go a long way, not just with, here when you're getting your undergrad and you're earning your bachelor's degree, but it'll go a long way in life as well.
Yeah, I was also asking 1,000 questions. A lot of details in this job.
Exactly.
So when to ask for help. So sometimes people don't know when to go to the tutoring center. And obviously, if a subject is difficult, seek help before it gets too hard. When I was an undergrad, I had to take physics, which absolutely made no sense to me at all. And I didn't go for tutoring until I had already failed a midterm. So I should have been going right from the get-go, and I should have said, like, this is really hard for me. When you don't understand your assignments, maybe the professor's giving you an assignment, you're not sure what to do with it. You don't understand it and might have asked for clarification and you still don't understand it. A lot of the tutors in the tutoring center have probably had that class, maybe not that specific professor, but the tutors are all specialized by subject. So go to them and say, I don't understand what the teacher wants me to do here. And also, if you want to verify that you interpreted it correctly, maybe you think you understand, but you're not 100% sure, and you just want somebody to say, yeah, that's the right direction. So going to tutoring for that is great. I have students who, when we were on campus, they would actually go and do their homework at the STEM center so that if they had any questions, they could just say, hey, could raise their hand and wait for someone to come help them. And sometimes they never needed help and sometimes they did, but they always were there so that they could get the help they needed. If you feel like you're falling behind, this is really important, especially with classes that are cumulative, like math or science, where you build on the information. So if you don't understand what you're doing now, and then you're behind getting your work done, it's hard to integrate what they're teaching you because you kind of need what they taught you last week. So if you feel like you're falling behind, go to the tutoring center. They can help you get a plan to get caught up. It also sometimes it's really helpful having that other person explain it to you, getting that other perspective. And if you're about to have an exam and you're not sure and you're just like, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do this exam, go to the tutoring center, talk to them about how can I study, what do you think I should focus on, and maybe explain some of the things you're unsure of. So I always recommend students check out the tutoring center within the next few days. I would encourage you just to drop in to the ones you might think you might need and just say, I'm here to check out how you work. And when we're on campus, I always say, just go visit them and just say, I might need you and I'm just checking you out. So when I do need you, I know who you are and how it works.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through each tutoring center, what services they offer, and how to access them. And as you can see, we have a lot of different areas that you can get tutoring on campus.
So each center has Zoom access, right? So this semester we are majority online. So they have the Zoom access. So you can still meet with a tutor. It's a little different. It does change the dynamics, right? As opposed to being there. It's always nice to be there. And then I used to just hang out. This was community college. I used to kind of just hang out at the tutoring center all day. Nobody really ever told me to leave. So I would just kind of hang out there. And whenever I needed a tutor, they were there. I knew all the tutors by first name, and we actually became friends. I actually ran into one of my old tutors at Walmart a few months ago. And he was wearing a mask, and we recognized each other anyways. It was really cool. And we were talking, and he was really proud that I went on to get my degrees, and he was also getting his PhD now at this point. So it was awesome. So Zoom access, you can still, meet with a tutor online. You all are familiar with Zoom through your courses and through the live Zoom sessions as well. Each center has a schedule. So I know the tutoring center has specific times for different tutors that they are available and for different subjects as well. So, and you can do the one-on-one tutoring as well. That's the most important, right? So you can schedule the appointment with one specific counselor, and you can sit down, you can have that one-on-one interaction with them, and really still get the important information out of the tutoring session that you get when you are in person. And that's the most important piece. And plus, you just, that information is important, and it's still available online.
So the first tutoring center that has the majority of subjects is the LRC, or the Learning Resource Center. And they have hours every day of the week. They do have shortened hours on Saturdays or Friday, Saturdays, and Sunday. And Sunday they only do evening. I guess they're just not busy during the day. You can go to the CI website and just type in LRC, and you'll get the information on how to access them. But here also is their Zoom link, where if you click on this Zoom link, you actually would go into their waiting room, and there would be somebody like a receptionist there in Zoom to greet you and ask you, who do you need tutoring with? And then they would find you a tutor, and they would put you in a breakout room with the tutor. So you would get a tutoring session, or if they didn't have any available, they would tell you to come back at a specific time to meet with that tutor. So it's all done via Zoom, and it's really easy to access. Oh, and the subjects they tutor are pretty much everything that's not a science, math, computer science. So they do psychology, they do sociology, they're going to do geology. Well, I don't know if they do geology there. They have lists on their website with the different subjects. But they do basically the non-science subjects. So any kind of history, basically all the majors that you're going to be doing a lot of reading and writing and memorization. So also government, like political science. I'm trying to think of what else. And then
they do have stats though for statistics tutor for like the psychology majors and sociology. So that's the closest to math that you will get at the LRC.
Right.
But if you're a psychology major, sociology major, taking that statistics class, I think it's Psych 300 and Social 300. I may be wrong though. The LRC do have tutors for those courses.
I think they do, because those stats courses aren't just stats. They integrate a lot of information from
Yes.
the teacher. So it's not pure stats. I think
Not yes.
Yeah. So
how to access the STEM Center. They're available, you know, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., and Sundays from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. So they're pretty much available every single day of the week. So these are more for the sciences. You know, any questions that you have with any science related courses, the STEM Center would be the place to go. There's the link to their website. Once again, they are available online, similar to the LRC. You go in there, you schedule an appointment, and you know, you get help with the sciences. I'm not good with the sciences, so I wouldn't know anything about the STEM Center, but it's available. And you know, if you're a science major or biology or you know, chemistry, then the STEM Center would be the place to go to get help.
and if you're in math and math is hard, this is where you come to get your support for math. They have really good tutors for math, because I know math is hard for a lot of people. So Writing and Multiliteracy Center, for those of you who are writing papers, and pretty much everybody has to at some point, even if you're a science major.
Yeah.
You know, they limit you to 1 hour per week of tutoring, because they have a high demand for tutoring. You can schedule an appointment. They prefer that. So you set a time. You can do it in 2 half-hour sessions or one 1 hour session per week. And so they also have times, 7 days a week, but their times, as you can see, are different. They're shortened on the weekends. But so you can basically look at your schedule and you can set a time to go, and you can set weekly appointments if needed. You know, if you feel like you have a paper coming up and you want help every week until you get it done, you can set it up that way. I really encourage those, no matter, even if you feel like writing is easy and you know it'll be fine, I still encourage you to go and ask them to review your paper before you turn it in. There's so many nuances to writing at the university level, especially if you have to utilize APA or MLA or some specific style. It's always helpful to have another pair of eyes. And so it's worth it to at least do one trip over there and just to see how they do it. If you are really good at writing and you feel like you don't need the support, and they look at your paper and they say, this is great, you know, down the line, maybe you want to apply for a job as a tutor there. Any of these subjects, if you think you're really good, or you feel like you get good grades, there are jobs becoming a tutor. These are all student tutors. So I think the Writing and Multiliteracy Center is such a wonderful resource. They also will help you with presentation, not just writing them, but practicing them. So you can get help with your PowerPoints too.
I'm looking at their website right now, Bonnie, and they also offer a virtual drop-in room.
Oh, they do. Okay, thank you for saying that.
Yes. So if there's one available, because you know, Bonnie did mention that they're very high in demand, you could drop in and talk to somebody or meet with a tutor if they're available. But these are only 30-minute sessions. So it's if you do drop in for a drop-in, make sure you already have your questions ready to go and you're ready for that 30-minute session, because it seems like they're, you know, it's high in demand. So get 30 minutes and make sure you use those 30 minutes sufficiently.
And they can help you with every stage of your assignment. Like if you get an assignment and you don't even know where to start, take it to them. They'll help you write an outline and get you started. If you do not know how to integrate your research, for your research, we're going to talk about using the library for that. But if you don't know how to integrate your research, or organizing the content or editing, they can help you with all of that.
So how to access the computer science and IT tutoring. So they're available, it looks like Monday through Friday, Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. or Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So they're making themselves available again. Once again, there's a link to the computer science and IT tutoring. If you are a computer science major or you're looking to get into IT, then obviously this would be the place to go. And I could just tell by all the codes and everything in the background, this is really hard stuff. So I would not be going here. That's why I majored in sociology and not in IT. But yeah, this is high level stuff. So if you're into computer science and IT tutoring, this would be the place to go to get help.
So like one level up from the STEM Center.
Yeah.
So language tutoring, if you're taking Spanish or Chinese, they have language tutoring for you. And I see there I put the wrong URL for it. So you can look up language tutoring on the CI website and access it. Actually, I think I put, yeah, so I actually did an individual one for each. So Chinese tutoring, there's a specific tutor, that's the email of the tutor. And while they have those hours available, you have to email the tutor to set up an appointment. Okay, so you don't just drop in. And then same with Spanish. The Spanish tutor doesn't even give out the Zoom link. You email the Spanish tutor and that she works those hours during the week. And you can, if you don't write this down right now, or you forget later where we send you the links for everything, you can just search for Spanish tutoring on the CI website and find the information there. So now we're going to go through other campus resources, because there's a lot of other things that can help you with school and success.
So ask a librarian, right? You could chat with a librarian. The hours are up there. It looks like they're available pretty much every day of the week. You can do a one-on-one session with a librarian, and it's funny because when I was a student, I remember going into the library one time and I was really hesitant to ask for help. And I asked the librarian for help because I needed help researching a certain topic. And she jumped up and she immediately helped me. I forgot what her name was. This was back in 2013, 2014. But she was willing, like she helped me, she sat down with me. She helped me research a specific subject. We together we came up with like 2 or 3 different articles that were great. And then at the end of the session, she said, "I'm surprised a lot. I'm just sitting here waiting for people to come up to me and ask me for help. We all have, master's degrees. We all have, like, they're all really smart people. Like, they know their stuff. They know how to do research and they know how to find great articles for you. So I learned a lot of great tips and tricks from the librarian from just that one session. She taught me how to log into the library website, how to use different, search engines. I went with Google Scholar. I really liked Google Scholar. I used that in my undergrad, and I used it all the way through graduate school as well. But just from that one session, she taught me how to do research and how to find relevant articles and whatnot. So it was an important session. Even if you do visit, with the librarian a couple of times a month, I think you really learn how to research, how to do your research, and how to find great articles that are available to you for free right now as students. Once you graduate, they're not going to be, you won't have access to like Google Scholar and like these different search engines. So just, go make an appointment with a librarian if you're struggling with research for a specific title, and they're there just to help. Like, that's what they do.
Yeah. When I was in undergrad, my job was working in the library. I worked at the front desk, helping with checking books in and out and helping with cataloging the books to get them reshelved. And so I learned a lot from the librarians, which was so valuable when I was in graduate school. Research was easy when I was in graduate school because I had that job. And they wish people would ask them more. They
Yes.
also, on the library website, they have a virtual library orientation that you can, it's just like step-by-step tutorials, how to do research, how to access the library. This is, if you're not available at the time the librarian's available, this is a way for you to learn how to do it on your own. Learning how to do research is key, especially if you're in a major that requires you to write a lot of papers, and if you have plans to go on to graduate school. As Ramon and I know, in graduate school, it's almost all papers, right?
Yes. Yes. Almost all people. So they also have equipment checkout. You know, this is a lot of students are not aware of the library. You can rent out laptops and hotspots if your internet isn't that great at home. I know sometimes a lot of people are using the internet at home, so you might not be able to get the bandwidth to have a Zoom session, or you might have to turn off your camera because it's just too much. But they are first come, first serve. So if this is something that you're going to need, just make sure that at the beginning of the semester, you're first in line to get a laptop or one of these hotspots. Ventura County residents have curbside pickup. So, Bonnie, myself and a couple other staff members are still on campus. So I walk by the library every day and I see students getting curbside pickup, or that you see the librarian come out and meet with them. Or sometimes you see students like walking up to the library and just picking something up and walking away. I see that almost every day that I'm on campus. So they do have that option available just to pick up. And if you live outside of Ventura County, they will be mailed to you. So you coordinate that with them, and they will set you up with a laptop and a hotspot if you need that.
Yeah, they also got more funding for spring. I know last semester they ran out of hotspots, but they got more funding to get more. So definitely, if you need a laptop or internet access, this is the way to get it. The next Services Solution Center. When you're on campus, you might remember that their office was in the library. They provide IT help. So basically, they can help you with general computer questions like how to register for classes, how to reset your password. They can help you with problem solving related to classes, like how do I connect to the internet? I can't seem to get stuff to work in Zoom. I can't download my files or upload files in Canvas. Maybe if you're using, what's that program that they use in Canvas for discussions? I forget the name. There's that program that they use for messaging that so many students have trouble with.
VoiceThread?
VoiceThread, yeah. So like students will say, if I upload a video, the audio doesn't work, or if I upload the audio by itself, it's not working. So like help with that. They do not provide maintenance or computer repair. So if something breaks on your computer, they don't help with that. However, if you check a laptop out from the library, they will help you with maintenance on that computer because that belongs to the university. So great. It's a great support to Access Solution Center. You can go straight to their webpage on the CI website, and they have virtual drop-in via Zoom from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. You can also submit a ticket. So for example, like if you say, I'm having problems uploading my assignments in Canvas, you can submit a ticket so then they can go look at it. Or maybe you're having trouble with your email. I know somebody in our department was having trouble that emails were getting delayed. They would be sent and then 2 days later they would go out. And so you might say, I'm having trouble, my emails aren't working right. You submit a ticket so they can look into it.
If you ever get locked out of your, I'm sorry, Bonnie.
Go ahead.
If you ever get locked out of your computer too, I know it happened to me when I was a student many times. Just reach out to them and they will unlock it for you.
Oh, okay, that's good. I've never heard of that happening. That would be hard.
So we also have the Smart Goals program available on campus for you. So it helps you achieve a goal. So it's important, right? We all have goals as students. Might be a GPA, might be to get certain grades, might be to finish a certain assignment at a certain time, whatever it may be. It can help with organization and time management. So you would work with a peer wellness educator. So oftentimes it's another student, a more experienced student that's already, that's been at CI for a while and kind of knows the ropes and kind of knows how to navigate, the university and how to set goals and whatnot. So you'd work with an experienced, seasoned CI student, breaks goals into manageable steps, right? You want to just work on small steps, small goals, and those lead to the bigger goals later on down the line. But you got to start with small goals and reasonable goals. Of course, we all want to get a 4.0 GPA every semester, but you got to work towards that, and they'll set those goals for you to achieve that goal, or that long-term goal of getting that 4.0 GPA. So you meet with them regularly to complete each step and achieve the goal. That's the important part of having a mentor, somebody to somebody to work with. Is you got to stay on top of it. Maybe weekly meetings. I don't know how often you would meet with your wellness educator, but I'm pretty sure it's at least once a month. But I'm assuming it's probably every week.
I think it's weekly for a certain number of weeks.
Okay. Yes, because I run a mentorship program as well in DOS, and I have my students meet with the mentors every week, and then I meet, but you got to stay on top of it. You got to keep the goals fresh, and you got to get those reminders. And sometimes the peer wellness educator might tell you, hey, it's time to step up a little bit. You kind of, they'll keep you on top of it, and sometimes it's good to get that little nudge, like, hey, you're starting to fall behind a little bit, or you're not setting your goals, and let's work on, this goal for this week. And it's good to stay on top of it and have somebody kind of be that mentor, that motivator to help you stay on top of your goals. And then they plan an award at the end. So I think that's really cool. We do that in our mentorship program as well as with DOS. Is we have like a celebration for them at the end of the semester, and then and it's really awesome to have that support, and then to feel like, yeah, I achieved this goal, whatever your goals may be for that semester. So check out the Smart Goals program if you're interested, and they're always willing to help you, when you need help. Do you know if students can apply at any time for this program, Bonnie, or do they? Anytime. Okay.
Also, since it comes out of wellness, they will actually help you with health goals as well. Like if you're trying to get more exercise or eat better, things like that. They will, or maybe you're trying to incorporate de-stressing exercises.
Very nice.
So it's not just school focused, but goals to make you more balanced and more productive, and so that you will do better in school. So my understanding is it's anytime you can apply for the program.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah. So another great opportunity for support is to request a CI mentor through the Peeps program. And these are the same mentors that work in the university classes. Most students, when you come into school to CI, whether you're a freshman or transfer student, you take I think one is like a University 150 or a University 250.
It's University 150, University 300, and then there's, I think, a more advanced class for like the senior. I think it's University 350. I want to say somewhere else. But
so the mentors that are in those classes, it's the same program, but any student can actually go to their page on the CI website and request a mentor and say, I need help you studying or focusing or being organized, so these are juniors and senior students who have shown demonstrated success in school, and they can help you. And so I think this is a really important resource, especially for students who are new to the university as freshmen and really struggling to get a grasp on how to do all the college level work. I find transfer students seem to already have a grasp on that from community college.
Yes. And if you're a first gen college student, a lot of times, you know, having a peep, having a mentor really will help you, because a lot of them are also first, you know, maybe first generation students, and they've also gone through, you know, um, uh, the same struggles that maybe some of you may be having as first gen college students. And like Bonnie said, these students are successful. You know, they're doing really well, and they've proven and demonstrated that they can succeed even as a, you know, as a first generation college student. So you might have something in common with these peeps as well, you know, and so they might be able to give you some tips and tricks that they benefited from as well to help you succeed, as a college student, whether you're first generation or not. But you know, they have, persevered and excelled in at being a college student, so they have a lot of knowledge and experience to offer.
Yeah, I think it's important for the first gen students to reach out
Hmm.
because you know, while your family may be supportive, if they haven't been through the process, they may not quite know how to support you. So I
Exactly.
think is really important to just check it out. It doesn't hurt to
Hmm.
check it out and see what they
Definitely.
might be able to offer.
Definitely. Then we have CAPS, so counseling and psychological services. This is more for, you know, emotional support. So you can do one-on-one counseling via Zoom. So you know, you'll be working with a, you know, professional licensed therapist, uh, and they also have a case manager on campus. We have a case manager, so she can help you find a therapist if you need, that additional support. And so, you know, they're there to do that, to help you find local therapists that are affordable, and you know, refer you to them. So that is their sole job, is to refer you to resources that are available on, you know, outside of campus, as well. So, you know, take advantage of this if you need that emotional support. They can help with anything related to school. At CAPS, like I mentioned, they have, licensed therapists on staff, so they can help with anxiety, you know, frustration with classes, COVID concerns, relationship challenges, a lot of that emotional support that, you know, we may be going through as college students. And especially now with the virtual environment, there's a lot of other challenges and stressors and whatnot. So, you know, if you are feeling that you need that emotional support and you need to talk to somebody, they are available, and they have a 24/7 hotline. And that's the phone number right there. I, I think you call and then you push, I forgot what number they said. I think it's zero. I think if you go on the website, you can see exactly what the instructions are, but you dial the phone number and then, like, you push one of the options, and then there will always be, um, a therapist available for you to talk. So, you know, if it's late at night and you feel like you need to talk to somebody, there's a 24/7 hotline. I would, you know, I would use it if it's something that you need. And there's a link to their website as well, where you can schedule a one-on-one appointment with them and get that emotional support.
Yeah, it's a great resource on campus. So just a reminder that we do have a YouTube channel, so you can watch all of our past workshops. We do our best to share a lot of information, but if you have questions about things, you can shoot us an email, and we can clarify some of the things we share. Last week, we had a great workshop on technology tools for reading and writing, and you know, the information, Ramon shared a lot of great information that we made changes in our house, and wow, Ramon, we're not having to help the kids as much with their schoolwork because of that. So thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the information is so valuable. So please go to our YouTube channel and check out past workshops. And they're all labeled by topics, so easy to find. So we have some exciting workshops coming up. So next week, um, Ramon has arranged for us to have a career counselor. You want to tell them about what's coming up next
Yes,
week?
yes. Thank you, Bonnie. So we are very excited. So DOS is collaborating with Career Development Services, to host a resume workshop. We call it Resume Day with Jake. So if you've never met Jake Castellanos, he is the career counselor at the Career Center. Please come join us next week to get a resume 101 workshop. We're gonna go over the basics. We're gonna go over the format. Just talk resumes for an hour. Really help you kind of either update your resume or create a resume from scratch. And it's okay if you don't have one. Just join us. We'll help you start to build that resume. And then the point is that you come in, we have this workshop, and then we're going to give you the opportunity to go ahead and schedule an appointment with one of the career counselors. They will all join us at the beginning of the meeting, so you will get to meet all of the career counselors and the assistant director and director of career development services. So they will be joining us for about 5-10 minutes at the beginning of the workshop, so you will all get to see who they are, what they look like. So it's going to make it a little easier when you want to go ahead and schedule an appointment with them, that you know who they are. And so it's great. It's going to be an hour long. I really recommend that if you are graduating here soon, or you're starting to look for internships or whatnot, to join us for this resume workshop, because you will need to update your resume at some point, and we talk about all that great stuff here. I worked in career for 3 years. You don't want to wait until the very last minute to start working on a resume. You don't want to come in 2 hours, 2 weeks before graduation and start getting your resume looked at. I'm not discouraging that, but I really encourage students to come in early on, maybe start thinking, even freshman year, start building that resume. That way you have that document ready to go, because that's the first document that an employer is going to see, is the resume. When you start applying for jobs, once you graduate from school, and you want to have it ready to go as soon as possible, start thinking internships and whatnot. Anyway, so it's exciting. So we hope all of you can make it, and please tell all of your classmates and friends as well that are interested in getting their resumes looked at, updated, to join our session next week. The following week on the 26th, we're also doing a job hunt and internship resources workshop as well. Once again, Jake is going to join us, and we're going to talk career counseling, how to look for a job, how to find internship resources. So once again, all these great skills that are going to prepare you for the long run in your career.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, after you're getting all ready for the job, we know that midterms are going to be coming up.
Yes.
And so we are going to do our workshop, Getting a Grip on Test Anxiety. And I think that's probably one of the most popular workshops we do, because a lot of people struggle with anxiety when they're taking exams, and that can impact the ability to focus. So I highly recommend joining. We're going to teach very specific exercises you can use to reduce your anxiety when you take exams. And please check out the Multicultural Dream Center website. They are doing workshops as well to support you on campus. They have some workshops on how to create and manage study groups. And I think that's something that is really beneficial to school success. They also have a lot of affinity groups based on different things, interests that people have, or things they have in common. And they do a lot of really fun activities. So definitely check them out and see what they have to support you in your school success. Okay, so does anybody have any questions about all the virtual resources on campus? I know there's a lot. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recording now. Thank you guys so much for participating.